Coffee Talk. I am your host, MISHUMA Saba, M. Saba, and this is our Cultural Variety Podcast. Stay tuned. Peace. And welcome to Coffee Talk Podcast. This is your Cultural Variety Podcast show. And yes, this is our Wednesday night sports edition. And I am your host, MISHUMA Saba, M. Saba. And this is our Cultural Variety Podcast show. How y'all doing today? Good. Go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know how you're feeling today. Today is Wednesday, our sports night. We didn't have a show on Monday for Cultural Studies Night, but we did do it yesterday. So definitely go back and check out yesterday's episode as we paid homage to Angela Bassett, 2023 Academy Award winner, as well as one of our own. But that was yesterday's episode. But today is our sports, as I have stated. You can hear the excitement in my voice because we definitely speak in sports, and I wanted to take y'all back as we do and pull up one of our ancestors, great athlete, very intelligent brother, I should say. And before we get into that, though, I want to go ahead and say this. On a letter grade of A being excellent, B being great, C being good, D being I need to wake up on the right side of the bed later on or tomorrow or whatever, go ahead and give me a letter grade on how you feeling today. So if you're feeling excellent, give me an A. If you're feeling great, give me a B. If you're feeling good, give me a C. And if it's a D, we here for you. You know that. We here for you here at Coffee Talk Podcast. Y'all been doing it. Y'all getting ready for the Super Bowl. Two black quarterbacks playing against each other for the first time in NFL history. That's going to be great. If you ask me who I think is going to win, I would be putting my money on that Philly team, man. Philly always come hard. Philly and Baltimore Ravens defenses don't never let up. I don't care who the quarterback be, who the coach be, but their defenses are always top notch. You know what I'm saying? But I got to go with Philly. One of the reasons why is because Mahomes has that high ankle sprain. So, I'm just thinking that them defensive ends, them boys at Philly, they're going to be barking. You know what I'm saying? So, and I like the quarterback there, man. Young dude, man, getting it done. A coach's son. And so, I'm going with Philly, man. But we definitely going to have a pre-Super Bowl podcast show like we do. We've been doing the last few years now with the Super Bowl. So we'll be doing that. Our backdrop will be stadium, of course. We got to get the feel, right? We ain't there, right? Right? I mean, dang. Have y'all seen the ticket prices? They stated that one of the highest paid ticket prices, $26,000 going to Super Bowl. And, just to get into the nosebleeds, you're going to pay like $1,700, I believe they said. Man, please. Tell you what, I love HD TVs, these big TVs. Put me right there at the 50-yard line, But let me know who you choose or who you think is going to win the Super Bowl. Go ahead and put in who you think is going to win and by how much. Go ahead and let me know what you think. I haven't seen the spread on it yet. I think their spread comes out next week, Wednesday. Super Bowl is not till the following Sunday, not this Sunday coming up, but the following Sunday. But enough of me rambling about the Super Bowl. Again, I am your host, MISHUMA Saba. This is our Wednesday night sports edition. And let's go ahead and get started with the show. If you follow the show, you know how we do. We're a cultural variety podcast show. Sunday and Monday nights, we like to give you what we call our cultural studies night. Wednesdays, which is tonight, we like to give you our Wednesday night sports edition. And we don't really care about who won or lost any event. We like to go ahead and give you the different intricacies that goes on behind the scenes in the world of sports. And then on Friday and Saturdays, we like to let our hair down. You know what I'm saying? We like to go ahead. That's the end of the week. And we like to reflect. We like to laugh. We like to play 10-question Q&A or just ask a few questions. We like to have a guest. We like to have fun. We like to talk shit. We like to do all of that. You know, that's what we do on Friday and Saturdays. And for my elderly people that are watching the show, forgive my speech, you know. So I like to talk to us and I like to talk to us. You know what I mean? So that everybody can be a part of the Flavor Coffee Talk podcast. All right, so listen, tonight's Wednesday night sports night. And before we start our nights, we're going to go ahead and jump right in to what's the flavor. What's the flavor, man? What was y'all drinking yesterday? I mean, was you drinking on some water, some wine, a smoothie, a beer, a cappuccino? What were you drinking yesterday and what was the flavor? Go ahead and leave that in the comments. And don't forget to share and make sure you subscribe to the show. But tonight's flavor, anyway, is Indonesia coffee. That's right, Indonesia coffee. Why? Because it has a rich, full body. It has an earthly taste. They say that Indonesia coffee is the fourth largest producer in coffee. So that's why we rocking with Indonesia coffee. It sounds very good. 25% of Indonesia coffee is Arabica coffee. And usually when I pull up at the holidays or the essays or wherever, because you know we driving around and we got to stop at the gas station, I grab the Arabica, you know, or the Columbia. What do y'all be drinking on, man? Let me know. Hey, I have the coffee. At least once, man. I used to be a crazy coffee drinker. I used to drink like 3 cups of coffee every other day. You know what I'm saying? But I had to cut that down, man. I probably do maybe 2 a week. You know what I'm saying? I try not to get so caught up in the game. That's not to say that you shouldn't drink coffee. I think everybody does this thing. It does work for pre-diabetes, things like that. It also works to help prevent dementia. So those are the positive things of coffee, you know. But some people say coffee may cause a higher blood pressure. You know, it's known to raise the blood pressure. So whatever you do, just make sure that you're doing it in portions, small portions of how you intake caffeine, any type of caffeine, right? All right. The wise words now. The wise words for tonight here at Coffee Talk Podcast. And being that this is February 1st, by the way, Black History Month, although it's every day. This guy here was born December 19th, 1875. He went on to the Essence on April 3rd, 1950. His famous works are The Miseducation of the Negro. Definitely grab that book. And he founded Negro History Week, which became Black History Month. So we're going to go ahead and start today off, being that it's February 1st, first day of Black History Month. We're going to definitely go ahead and give our wise words, big respects, and honors and homage to Carter G. Woodson. Here's Carter G. Woodson's wise words. If the Negro in the ghetto must internally be fed by the hand that pushes him into the ghetto, he would never become strong enough to get out of the ghetto. I'm going to say that one more time. If the Negro in the ghetto must internally be fed by the hand that pushes him into the ghetto, he will never become strong enough to get out of the ghetto. This is Carter G. Woodson, one of our pioneers. one of our authors, our ancestors, as well as the father of Black History Month. Um, and before we go from that wise words, one of the key things I want to point out about Carter G. Woodson is his educational degrees. He received degrees from Berea College, the University of Chicago, as well as Harvard University. So if you want to do any more study on Carter G. Woodson, go ahead and check that out. I'm sure you can find that all over the internet. The truth don't hide from nobody. People hide from the truth. So there's a lot of information out there about Carter G. Woodson, and go ahead and check it out. Talk to your kids about him. February 1st, y'all. What is y'all's plans? You got any plans for Black History Month? Are y'all gonna be eating a certain dinner? Are you gonna go check out different ethnic foods, African descent or diaspora? Are you gonna go and check out different foods? I would recommend that. I love to go out and check out our people's different cultural foods that we eat. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just soul food. You know what I'm saying? We got so many ethnicities just within us that and a lot of good different foods, different seasons, the whole nine. So for Black History Month, definitely check out and eat a lot of different things, man, and then come back and tell us about it. We'd love to hear about what restaurants you went to, what type of different foods you tried. You know what I'm saying? One of my favorites, as people all know, I like to get down with the goat. That's what I like to eat. But let me know what you're eating. You eat oxtails, whatever you're doing for Black History Month. Are you going to any museums? I know Minneapolis, Minnesota has a great museum over there. It's the Minneapolis Institute of Art, which I happen to be a member. Definitely go down there. You would definitely love it over there. It's real nice. Definitely a good honeycomb hideout spot, plus a nice place where you want to, go on a first date or something. Or if you want to take the kids and let the kids get educated, check that out, the Minneapolis Institute of Art. And for Black History Month, go ahead and leave it in the comment what you plan on doing. You, your kids, your boyfriend, your husband, your bae, whatever you want to do, let us know. Coffee Talk Podcast. All right, so let's go ahead and get right into the show, man. It's Wednesday night sports edition, and we don't have it no other way. It's Wednesday night. I don't want to hear nothing. We talk to sports, baby. You want to hear anything else, you got to catch us on any other night. Tonight, it's Wednesday night sports edition, Coffee Talk style. All right, this person here is one of the greatest track and field athletes of all time. He was born August 31st, 1955, out of Dayton, Ohio. His specialty in track was the hurdles. This gentleman attended and ran track for Morehouse College out of Atlanta, Georgia. His best achievements, or his greatest achievements, were so many, but some that come to mind is he won gold medals in the 400-meter hurdles at the 1976 and 1984 Olympics. He couldn't attend the 1980 Olympics because the United States did a boycott of the Olympics due to the Soviet Union invading Afghanistan. Ain't that a trip, y'all? Yeah, but he was still voted track star of the year that year. This guy goes by the name of the great Edwin Moses, as you can see here. Edwin Moses, from 1977 to 1987, Edwin Moses won 107 consecutive track races, track meets. That's 122 straight races, by the way. He set a world's record in the 400-meter hurdles 4 times. Boy's bad. As a track star, Edwin Moses took advantage in the fact that because he was 6'2" and very long, he would take 13 stride steps approaching the hurdles at versus what his rivals would take as they jumped over the hurdle, as you can see in the bottom right picture. Typically, a track person that is taking his strides before taking the jump over the hurdle, they usually take 15 strides. Edwin Moses was good at taking 13. This allowed him to finish his track meet, the dash, faster in the tail end than at just the beginning. Edwin won gold medals in 1976 Montreal Olympics and the 1984 Los Angeles Olympics, as we had stated earlier. Not only that, Edwin Moses was just as smart of an individual as he was just an athlete. Because, you know, nowadays people think athletes are just supposed to shut up and dribble, or athletes are not intellectual. We differ on that. You know what I'm saying? We definitely differ on that when it comes to our people and Black excellence. Edwin Moses, while at Morehouse College, he majored in physics as well as industrial engineering. After retiring from track and field, he's been an ambassador of peace. He also sits on the board of the anti-doping administration for Olympic track and field. He always felt that to maintain greatness in track and field, it had to be an even playing field. And drugs is not one of the things that should be used in amateur sports, because as you know, Olympics sports is still considered an amateur sport, except for basketball, where they do bring professionals over. This is our segment on the great Edwin Moses. Now, with that being said, I want to bring up a few things that I want you to either research or go ahead and tell me what your thoughts are on it. Leave them in the comments. Here are some of the questions that stood out to me in a story on the great Edwin Moses. Edwin Moses had differences with another track star by the name of Carl Lewis. Go ahead and look up and see what those differences was about. Go ahead and leave them in the comments. That's y'all's Wednesday night sports homework. Go ahead and find out what that was all about. Do you agree with Edwin Moses on how he felt about Carl Lewis? Or do you feel that Carl Lewis was wrong in his actions? Here, we salute both of them, and we have here at Coffee Talk Podcast, because we bring positive energy and we also bring the flavor. So just for intellectual dialect, go ahead and let us know what's your thoughts on Edwin Moses and Carl Lewis. Also, where do you rank Edwin Moses in your top 5 track legends? If you follow track, that question is for you people there. I know spring is coming and track and field is getting ready to start up. Go ahead and leave your top 5 Olympic track stars of all time. Go ahead and leave those in the comment. And then, before we move on to our next segment, I want you to go ahead and leave a comment as to what's your favorite summer Olympic sport. That's right, your favorite summer Olympic sport. Go ahead and leave that in the comments as well. Don't forget to hit the share button. Let your people know that Coffee Talk Podcast Sports Wednesday night is on right now, man. And if they can't watch it right now, they on their way home, they definitely can go on YouTube or Facebook Live and definitely check us out there as well at a later time whenever they feel the need to chill. You know what I'm saying? All right. Next up, we're going to read a poem. That's right. You know how we do it here at Coffee Talk Podcast. We always give love to our people. We're going to read a poem by Black Mamba. That's right, number 8, as well as number 24 for the Los Angeles Lakers. To me, the second greatest player of all time. To me, Kobe Bean Bryant. We're going to read a poem by him. Here we go. If you're just tuning in the Coffee Talk Podcast, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Let us know you're here in the building. We're saying peace to y'all and welcome. Let's read this poem by Kobe Bean Bryant about basketball. Dear basketball, from the moment I started rolling my dad's tube socks and shooting imaginary game-winning shots in the great Western form, I knew one thing was real. I fell in love with you. A love so deep, I gave you my all, from my mind and body to my spirit and soul. As a 6-year-old boy, deeply in love with you, I never saw the end of the tunnel. I only saw myself running out of one. And so I ran. I ran up and down every court, after every loose ball for you. You asked for my hustle. I gave you my heart because it came with no such, because it came with so much more. I played through the sweat and hurt, not because of the challenge called me, but because you called me. I did everything for you because that's what you do when someone makes you feel as alive as you made me feel. You gave a 6-year-old boy his Laker dream, and I'll always love you for it. But I can't love you obsessively for much longer. This season is all I have left to give. My heart can take the pounding, my mind can handle the grind, but my body knows it's time to say goodbye. And that's okay. I'm ready to let you go. I want you to know now so we both can savor every moment we have left together, the good and the bad. We have given each other all that we have. And we both know no matter what I do next, I'll always be that kid with the rolled up socks, garbage can in the corner, 5 seconds on the clock, ball in my hands, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Love you always, Kobe Bryant. Salute to you, Kobe. We miss you, man. We miss you. I would have loved to have just heard your analysis on the game today. And as we continue to go off into the future of the sport, you inspired a lot of people all over the world to not quit, to be courageous, to practice hard as you can and give it your all. And that's why we salute you, number 24, the Black Mamba, Kobe Bean Bryant. All right. So before we get ready to close out the show tonight, we have one more question that you can put in the comments. That's right. Participate. Go ahead and hit the like button. Go ahead and leave a comment. Share. Subscribe. This show is for you. This is our sports night. Coffee Talk Wednesdays, Sports Edition. Here's the question. Which team joined the National League in 1969 as an expansion team along with the Montreal Orioles? I'm sorry, the Montreal Expos. I'm going to reread the question. This is a baseball question. Which team joined the National League in 1969 as an expansion team along with the Montreal Expos? Was it the Colorado Rockies, the Texas Rangers, the Arizona Diamondbacks, or the San Diego Padres? Leave the comment, leave the answer in the comment. I want to say thank you for tuning in to Coffee Talk Podcast Sports Edition tonight. I had fun. I'm going to go ahead and hit y'all with the universal peace sign. And until next time, I'll see you again this weekend. Coffee Talk Podcast style. Who got the flavor? We do. Coffee Talk Podcast.